What's going on YouTube? I'm back with another reaction video, man. You got Lincoln Argus. He got a video, the mini beefs of Stephen A. Smith, man. So you already, you know how you know how this finna get down, man. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Let's get into it.
Stephen A. Smith is one of the most controversial figures in sports media. His bold takes spark outrage from fans, athletes, and even his own colleagues. But what if I told you one of his co-workers pushed him so far that Stephen A. got them fired?
When I went upstairs to management, my exact words were, look, if he's that important to you, give him first take. I'll leave.
Stephen A.
No way.
2 hours
You
later,
talking about
I got the call.
damn, what's that
We're making a
name?
change.
This is one of the many reasons people hate Stephen A. Smith. His childish attitude, loud personality, and unfair criticism. All of these traits will be on full display in this video. And you may look at Stephen A. entirely differently, especially after you find out what happened between him and Jason Whitlock. An NBA player that called Stephen A. clown is Kevin Durant. Let's take it back to 2015. Kevin Durant is on his last year of his contract with the OKC Thunder. Rumors are spreading that KD might want out of Oklahoma. And who is the main reporter giving us this news? Stephen A. Smith, of course.
Damn, this looks like
The
2015.
Washington
Look at
Wizards
Stephen A.
and the New York Knicks will be targeting Kevin Durant. You can book it.
But what Stephen A. said next led to Kevin Durant calling him out on Twitter.
Or that LA's a viable option, but Washington is still a possibility.
Kevin Durant responded to this on Friday. Here's what he said. I don't talk to Stephen A.
Imagine that KD went to let me paint the picture. 2015. Imagine if KD goes to fucking Washington. You got a good John Wall, Bradley Beal, KD. Huh. How would that have been? Yeah, you need to write that shit down.
At all. So he's lying. So he's making up stories. Stephen A.
Kevin Durant is the one that's lying. I've talked to him on several occasions, literally within the last year. Let me be very, very clear, my brother, it does not fit position to question my credibility whatsoever. A matter of fact, one would argue, what position are you in to question the credibility of anybody in the media?
After Kevin Durant joined the Warriors, it wasn't just the fans who turned on him. The media came after him too. Stephen A. Smith, in particular, didn't hold back, openly criticizing Durant's move as a weak decision.
Well, I'm viewing it as the weakest move I've ever seen from a superstar. Plain and simple. That's just how I look at it. What I still will proclaim to be the weakest move I have ever seen by any superstar in any sport.
However, after Durant secured his first championship with Golden State, things took an unexpected turn. Durant's mother appeared on First Take to confront Stephen A. Which resulted in him
you talking
issuing
hot shit.
a
You
rare
know she gonna
apology.
say something.
Now, you got on me because I said that the move to go to Golden State was weak. But, Mama Durant, I have to say this to you. I still sit up there and say, I don't back off that statement because of the reason I made the statement. He's so great. He's so great. Joining that team, to me, was almost unfair. And we've witnessed his greatness and how lopsided it made things. That's all.
I just think you were kind of harsh. Okay.
Well, listen, first of all, you have a right. Let me just,
Oh God. Oh God. Apologize. Fucking dickhead.
I'm still the mama. I'm always
for you. I'm sorry. Oh, yeah.
And no,
Hey.
it doesn't stop here.
Nah, it doesn't.
Fast forward to 2024,
He
Stephen A.
for
was
sure
covering a
continues to be a
segment
dickhead.
discussing KD's leadership. This is what he had to say.
I think Kevin Durant is one of the greatest talents this game has ever seen.
Agreed.
I think that you know, what he's done for the game of basketball, the ambassador that he is for the game of basketball is to be applauded. But the flip side to all of that is that he's been relatively leaderless. He's been very lacking in inspiration in terms of peeling out from those around him whatever you can give him. He'll show up. If you said to me, it's a game 7, it's a game 1, it's a game 5, I don't give a damn what it is. Kevin Durant's gonna show up and he's gonna ball out. But does he get the others around him to do it? Not only does he not do it, he doesn't feel the level of responsibility I think he should feel in getting it out.
KD responded with some blunt words. Yes, Stephen A. I don't understand how people even listen to Stephen A. I've been in the league for 18 years. I've never seen Stephen A in a practice
I don't like that
or
too.
a film session or a shoot around. I've never seen him anywhere but on TV talking shit about players. He's a clown to me. He's always been a clown. You can write that too. Stephen A and Kevin Durant aren't particularly close, so most of their arguments were across social media and not face to face. But for the next victim of Stephen A. Smith, he was not only close to him,
Damn,
but
how the
worked
fuck I
beside
forget
him
this
for
nigga,
4
this fan
years.
name?
Then did something
Dang,
that
how did I
left Stephen
forget
A.
his name?
feeling betrayed. In 2012, a rising sports journalist by the name of Stephen A. Smith joined First Take with Skip
What is this
Bayless.
man?
At that point in time, Skip Bayless was a household.
Oh my fucking god, how did I forget that? That's so fucked up that I forgot bro name. Damn, come on. That was fucked
While
up.
Stephen A. was only known by hardcore NBA fans. Over the next 4 years, both men would solidify their names in sports media, becoming the pioneers of First Take,
they just had to
and
argue
2
with
of
each
the
other
best
all day.
debaters sports media has ever seen. But
Yeah.
from what you will find common throughout this video, all good things must come to an end. By the end of the 2016 NBA season, Skip Bayless's contract with ESPN had expired, and Fox News offered him a price that he just couldn't refuse. They offered him a 4-year, $24 million deal,
Damn.
leaving Stephen A. heartbroken.
Did your relationship with Skip ever fracture? Was there any contentiousness there?
Never. The only time anything came close to that was when I knew he was leaving before he told me. And I was like, what the hell's going on? You know, and so I confronted him because for better or worse, I'm a straight up guy. You know, if I work with you and all of a sudden I'm leaving, you ain't gonna find out from somebody else. You're gonna hear from me. I'm gonna come looking for you to tell you, I'm gonna give you the news face to face. And I was hearing it and I'm like, what the hell is going on?
Stephen A. would have to choose a replacement, and that replacement would be Max Kellerman, who I will be speaking on very shortly. After the two split ways, there was not much animosity until Skip Bayless's contract with Fox Sports was expiring in 2021. ESPN was so desperate to bring back Skip and have the two men reunite. And one man who was trying to help ESPN bring back Skip Bayless was Stephen A. Smith. ESPN would offer Skip a 4-year contract worth $30 million. But Skip would decline and stay with Fox Sports, because
For
they
an
offered him
extra
an
two.
increase of 4 years, $32 million.
Well, he probably
This is
make-
what Skip Bayless had to say about his relationship between himself and Stephen A.
Stephen A. Smith was more of a brother to me than my actual brother ever was. That's the truth.
But after you watch this small clip, you might come to find out that this is not as true as Skip Bayless wanted us to believe.
Skip Bayless and I have not spoken in a long time. He's on that side of the fence. I'm on this side of the fence. With the news coming down that he's departed from FS1, I have not called him. I'm not going to.
Other than a few jabs and disagreements, Stephen A. and Skip Bayless, they don't hate each other and still consider themselves brothers. The same cannot be said between Stephen A. and Max Kellerman. If we go back to 2016, when Skip Bayless had just left ESPN, Stephen A. was left with a decision to make. Who was going to replace Skip Bayless? In comes Max Kellerman. These two would go on to work together for 5 years, from 2016 to 2021. As time would go on, Stephen A. couldn't find the same chemistry he had with Skip Bayless, leaving a void that he felt couldn't be filled with Max Kellerman sitting across him on First Take. So, Stephen A. got Max Kellerman fired.
Damn.
I didn't like working with him, man. It's
Dickhead.
just that damn simple. I didn't like it. But I went upstairs to management. My exact words were, look, If he's that important to you, give him first take.
Stephen A.
That's crazy. Dang.
I'm telling you what I said. I'm only giving you what I said.
Old school trick.
I'm only giving you what I said.
God,
2 hours,
he went in that office hot.
2 hours later, I got the call.
Shit, he don't.
But the last one was Joe Budden. If you saw the Joe
That's
Budden,
crazy.
I was like, nah, he flexed. Oh, that ain't right. You dancing on the grave of Max. Max gone from your show, gone from your network, and you not saying it in a way like I saw when y'all were working together that you respected dude. So all I wanted to do was kind of referee that.
I thought it was also worth mentioning that Stephen A. didn't attend Max Kellerman's final show at First Take.
Today is a bittersweet day.
Ah!
As it is Max's final show.
Adding to the belief that Stephen A. was
That's
growing
fucked
tired
up.
of working with the man. If we're going to be honest, Stephen A. and Max Kellerman came nowhere close to how legendary First Take was when Skip Bayless was on the show. Because Stephen A. and Max Kellerman never had great chemistry. But don't get me wrong, we definitely got some memorable moments from these two.
LeBron James or Kevin Durant?
Kevin Durant?
Incorrect.
Incorrect.
Kevin Durant.
Is a
What do you watch?
far more unstoppable.
What do you watch?
Offensive
Far
player.
more unstoppable. That's a
Far
joke.
more.
That's a joke.
Offensive player.
Excuse me, I didn't stutter.
I didn't stutter.
I'm not changing the subject. Hold on. We don't know what the subject is because the fact of the matter is I'll let you talk. I didn't say a word. Not a word. I actually sat here. And listened to your flagrant ignorance. I've
I
seen
am
it.
talking reality.
Max, finish
I
your
am
thought. Then we're going to
addressing
take a
your-
quick break and get back to it.
Hey,
But please, why even bother?
they still have some good movies together. This shit is still funny as fuck. I can't cap.
Right now, Molly?
Bro,
Yeah.
Do it.
Let's go to break. Go ahead.
When you think of Max Kellerman and Stephen A. Smith, one clip might come to mind.
What he wanted was transparency for people to see the full workout, to see the full Colin Kaepernick. Again, you mentioned obviously Max is going to get in here, and like I said, I'm in the streets. Max almost seems blacker than you, Stephen A.
Damn.
With what he was
Time out.
coming.
Time
you know,
out.
with this
Time
commentary.
out. Time out.
With all due respect, my brother.
I'm just saying.
If you aren't familiar with the
That's
name
crazy.
Terrell Owens, he's one of the greatest
Time
wide
out.
receivers of all time, playing from 1996 to 2012. Now, Stephen A. and Terrell Owens, they were on good terms when Terrell was in the NFL. But things took a turn for the worse when Terrell joined First Take in 2019 and said something to Stephen A. that will haunt him for a very long time.
Max almost seems blacker than you, Stephen A.
Obviously, the relationship between the two would go downhill after that, but nothing publicly went down for the near future. Until Stephen A. went on Joe Biden's podcast and started talking about the firing of Max Kellerman, the clip I showed you before. Fans started speculating that when Terrell said that Max seems blacker than Stephen A.
He ain't like that. He ain't like it way that set. That didn't sit too well with him.
Max needed to be off the show. Then Terrell retweeted a tweet suggesting that this is the reason why Stephen A. doesn't like Max Kellerman. And this is what reignited
That's
the beef
fascinating.
between the two.
That's funny.
Stephen A. would respond in a tweet. Or maybe I'll just dedicate the entire Stephen A. Smith show on YouTube this Monday to all the things you try to do behind the scenes. To brothers, over the years while claiming someone is more of a brother than others. Let me think about that over the next 24 hours. I think it's worth mentioning that Stephen A. got ratioed by a guy who replied with Max Kellerman rapping, just so you can get an idea of how
Oh, no,
fans
they
are
don't hear
feeling
that.
about this situation.
Oh, no, they don't
As I
hear.
stated before, Stephen A.
That
and
didn't sit
Terrell
well with him.
Owens were on good
That's all.
terms
That-
back
that's-
when Terrell
that
was in
just
his
didn't
playing
sit well with
career.
him.
But for Stephen A.'s relationship with Kwame Brown, it has been disrespectful ever since
probably
Kwame
shitted
set
on
foot
Kwame
on
Brown.
an NBA court.
Kwame Brown is gone. The City of Angels, Hollywood just should be celebrated. Throw a parade already.
Yeah,
Once
he
you
just
win the
shitted on
championship,
Kwame Brown.
This man was a bona fide scrub. He
Damn.
can't play. No disrespect whatsoever, but I'm sorry to tell everybody the truth. The man cannot play the game of basketball. He
Damn.
has small hands. He can't catch the ball. He's got bad feet. He can't really move, even though he's mobile. Doesn't really know what he's doing. Doesn't have a post move that he puts to memory that he can do 2 times in a row. He has no game whatsoever. Plays no defense. Doesn't have the heart, the passion, or anything that comes with it.
Damn. Bro, you just shitted on this man. That man still has a family at the end of the day. Like, that wasn't necessary, bro. Like, that wasn't even cool. Dang, Stephen A. Dang. I gotta listen. Dang.
He puts to memory that he can do 2 times in a row. He has no game whatsoever. Plays no defense. Doesn't have the heart, the passion, or anything that comes with it.
It's well known that Kwame Brown is
I'd
one
hate
of,
this
if
man.
not
I'd
the
have
biggest
beef with this
busts
man
in NBA
too.
history. Kwame was drafted #1
You got a
overall in the 2001 NBA
You got a
draft.
person with a microphone down his throat, shitting on you, and this nigga ain't never touched, and this nigga don't even touched the NBA floor a day in his life, and that's the type of person you got shitting on you. A person that ain't never touched the NBA floor a day in his life, or nothing close to it.
This guy was so
That's
talented
funny.
that he was one of the rare cases who got drafted out of high school. In fact, many would consider him one of the greatest high school basketball players ever. Over the next 12 years, he would play for 7 different NBA teams, making over $60 million in the process. But as a #1 pick, people, especially the media, are going to have high expectations for you. And well, Kwame didn't have that good of a career, and the people in the sports media would have a field day when discussing Kwame Brown and his career.
Because you're Kwame Brown. You're 7 feet tall. You're the #1 overall draft pick, okay? You come into this league, you came in without a jump shot. You came in without the ability to rebound. You came in without the ability to do nice footwork, to pass, to rebound, to defend, to score points, or whatever the case may be. And it's a decade later, and you're still that dude. You never worked and put forth your due diligence in order to take advantage of the privileged opportunity that you were in. And when I see that level of consistency as it pertains to an aptitude, I'm going to call somebody out. If a dude
you called him out. All right.
you don't sit there and point out he's playing like garbage.
Of course
You don't
I
sit
do,
there and
but-
point out how he's not living up to expectation.
Stephen A. wouldn't just leave his critiques on Kwame at his job at ESPN. He went on a nationwide
Probably went on
tour,
Twitter.
traveling to different colleges, talking shit about Kwame Brown.
You with your scrub no.
Dickhead, like, dang, like, you don't just do nothing like, that's wrong. You don't do no shit like this.
Just said that. I mean, that's just blasphemy. You should apologize for bringing that up. How are you in the league for 10 years and you still the same scrub you were in 2001?
Though during his playing career, Kwame would stay silent and not respond to any of the criticism from the sports media until he started his own YouTube channel in 2021, where he would let out all of his anger that he kept inside of him from all these.
No. So this nigga done came to the realization that he knew he was ass. Cause why you made your YouTube channel the bust? Yeah, that nigga just knew he was ass.
Channel in
He
2021,
came to the realization,
where
just
he would
accepted
let
that he
out
was
all of
ass.
his anger that he kept
Damn.
inside of him from all these years, going after people that talked down on him. And Stephen A. was on top of that list.
I knew he was #1 on the list.
That ain't never did a mother
I-
in his real life.
I knew he was. I already know it.
So arrogant, you little stupid son of a. You got your coach fired in college. The you talk about the most made you the most money. I'm still better than you. You made your most money talking about me.
Stephen A. would then respond on his show, not only calling out Kwame once again for his poor play, but he also stood up for everyone else he was gunning after.
Look, I don't have a single negative thing to say about Kwame Brown, the person. Nothing personal. Never have. And no one out here has been attacking him personally either.
No. That shit is
Did
no.
not attack him personally. It includes Steven Jackson.
No. To go out of the office and go into a fucking not a talk show, but those little comedy show, that's what it looked like. You went to a college and still talk shit about a nigga. That shit sound pretty fucking that sound like you talking shit about a person. This sound pretty personal.
Who he really got personal about, and Matt Barnes never said a word. It doesn't include Charlamagne the God either.
Leave Kwame alone. That man has been quiet for 20 years. He don't bother nobody. Clearly all that, all that he's a bust stuff gets to him, and you don't know what people are going through or have been through, but I've seen folks snap for less, and it looks like, Kwame is snapping. And if you look at the history of men in his family, you would know his men in his family have a history of snapping.
Fast forward 2 years, Stephen A. stated that he actually regretted initially criticizing Kwame Brown the way he did back in the day.
Yeah, I bet.
Any moments in your career that you wish you could do over?
There's several. Kwame Brown, I wish I could do that over. I wouldn't do it. I know what I said. I did mean it. I ain't gonna sit here and tell you I ain't mean the shit I said. But I didn't know it was going to be like this. Remember, I said it before Twitter, Facebook. I didn't know 15 years later they're going to have memes and videos. And when I see what he says, I realize how hurt he is. I mean,
Yeah, you said some dickhead shit. Fucking.
So they asked me this question, and I'm like, what? One time I had to address it because I felt like he was coming at me like I was scared. I can't even tell you when I did that, the stars who called, I ain't gonna mention no names, practically all of them was Hall of Famers. And they're like, nah. And I was like, where were y'all? Where he was saying all of this stuff for weeks. Right. You know, I didn't say anything. And as I see some of the clips now and some of the stuff that he says, I just like, go ahead.
Yeah, you realize you said
what you gotta say.
Yeah, and you realize you fucked up.
Jason Whitlock, there will be absolutely zero apologies between the two. After they made it so personal, Stephen A went off script and said this.
Did you tell the folks that? You bitch. Did you tell them? You fat piece of shit.
The pair once worked alongside each other as ESPN commentators during the 2000s, until Jason Whitlock was fired from ESPN. The feud has rapidly escalated from rude remarks to personal attacks at one another. After Stephen A released his memoir, Straight Shooter, he included some stories that Jason Whitlock not only disagreed with, but wholeheartedly accused Stephen A of having someone else write his book for him.
Ah, that's crazy.
If you go read his memoir and listen to the stories he tells about getting a basketball scholarship to Winston-Salem State, it's so mind-blowingly preposterous and stupid and fabricated. I'm like, holy cow! How did they let him tell these lies? Or whoever wrote it, who wrote these lies? He went down and had a scrimmage and hit 17 straight shots, and Big House Games gave him a scholarship on the spot.
This would result in a response by Stephen A, which in my opinion is the hardest he has ever cooked someone.
Did you tell them how you stood outside of First Take begging me to talk to you? Did you tell them that once this same article in Deadspin came out, weeks later you wrote a lengthy apology to me in an email, begging me to forgive you, pointing out how you were betrayed by this particular writer, so you know how I must feel that you betrayed me? Did you tell the folks that, you bitch?
Damn. I wouldn't even.
Did you tell them? You fat piece of shit. Did you tell him that?
Jason Whitlock would then go on to make several posts on Twitter, responding to Stephen A destroying him. Many of the posts failed to make a salient point, and the comments...
Hey, man. Stephen A a menace, bro. Like, god dang. But it's just like, I knew that already. This ain't nothing new. But it's just like, I'm seeing that. Like, as I'm seeing this, like, yeah, Stephen A's a fucking menace. Like, jeez. Hey, man, that was that video, man. If y'all like this type of content, y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Send a recommended video if you can. Otherwise, I'm finna get out of this joint, man. Peace.